Hello, Podlings. Welcome to this episode of JuPodRe. As promised, this is the birthday episode, so we talk all about our favorites, least favorites, and just the excellent journey it has been to bring you this podcast. We hope you enjoy it as much as we have, and here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of JuPodRe, the conversational podcast with absolutely no roadmap. I am JuPodRe.
I'm Albatross17.
I'm Glean.
And we welcome you to the birthday episode. Yay!
Happy birthday! Yay!
I was thinking about this, and it's actually really appropriate that
Remember, we're only 1 year old.
I talk about this. I was thinking about it as we were setting up. It's actually mildly appropriate that we do the birthday episode a week after the birthday, kind of celebrating our beginnings, right? Because we had to record, and then the episode came out a week later. Well,
do you remember how I'm getting your name mixed up because the whole captions. If you go back to last week's episode, you will see that there's captions on it. And the captions didn't spell JuPodRe right. It was R-I, not R-E, and it's throwing me off. JuPodRe. Do you remember how it was born?
How it was born? I do. But I talk a lot, and
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah,
okay.
if you would, please.
So there, Bleen. Let me tell you how this happened. A mommy and daddy. No, I'm just kidding. That's not how it happened. No, I remember you were sitting at your desk at work, the same seat you're currently in, because that's the only desk you've ever had.
Yes.
I've had two. Anyway, no, I came up to you and I remember saying, hey, dude, I want to start a podcast, but I don't know what to do because I had way too many ideas. And you're like, dude, that's funny. Rated R wants me to start a podcast. And I was like, I don't know what it's all about, but I'm in.
Yes.
I'm in.
That is precisely how it started.
Yeah.
And do you remember our first episode, what we did?
It was all about esports.
No, actually.
Oh, well, okay. It was the introduction to what it was supposed to be about.
It was I called it the W's.
The W's.
Yeah, the who, what, where, why.
Oh, yeah. The introduction.
Exactly.
The pilot episode.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that one, actually. I should have gone back and listened to it this week, but I didn't.
I still have not listened to a single episode because I can't stand my voice. I can't. I even when it's like, would you like to review your message for when you record your thing? I'm like, no. No, I'll sound like an idiot. I'll let it happen. No, for those of you watching, I keep moving my mic because last week we found out that I need to stop projecting my voice in different places.
I mean,
yes.
we're fixing it step by step, right?
We're a low budget company.
So what I want to do today is I want to discuss favorites.
Okay.
What is your favorite memory, favorite episode, favorite joke, favorite something involving JuPodRe?
Okay. Well, what was the first question on that list? It was favorite moment?
Yeah, let's go favorite moment.
Okay, we'll do favorite moment first. My favorite moment, onset or offset?
Either.
Okay, offset. We probably need to re-record these now that we're a little bit more appropriate and understanding. But
okay.
when we were trying to record the
transitions.
The transitions, yes. I did really enjoy that. That's probably number 2. Number 1 was when we actually went to the studio and recorded with somebody that knew what they were doing.
Yes.
And actually recorded that. I really enjoyed that night. That was awesome. We took our stuff. We got out of the truck. It was right next to the other crappy place. I was like, wow, we made our own intro. And we tore that up from a song. We asked our friend Jamie, and yes, that's a nickname. And unfortunately, he couldn't make it that night, but we still had a blast. That was really awesome. And I remember that night when we could have had a transition where you're like, and then you're like, I missed.
Yeah.
And he had deleted it.
It's funny you say that because the recording for the intro is actually one of my favorite moments as well.
Yeah, it was so fun.
More than fun, it was definitely that. I would do that again in a heartbeat. In fact, we want to do that because we want some song to go with our video transitions.
Yeah.
But it was just a blast. I would go do that I would pay for people who don't know what they're doing to come and play while we recorded. It was so much fun.
Well, I remember Bleen wasn't part of the podcast yet, but we were like, dude, come play. And he was like, yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, it was a good time.
The moment you're talking about where I yelled, "Oh, I missed," is because I was practicing. I was doing setup and making sure that the microphones on the drum set were good, that we had the right snare. He was recording, and I did this sick fill, and I swung and I missed the cymbal, and so it was instead of crash, and it just.
What we hear just. Dang it! I missed, and we were just like, you remember that, Blaine?
Yeah, we were laughing pretty hard.
Yeah,
that was great.
We really should have kept that, but he, being a professional, knew that was an outtake, and he got rid of it, and that's on us for not saying anything.
So I would have to say that was probably my top moment. Mm-hmm.
I agree, it's top 3, but I think my favorite was going to DreamHack, doing the episode there in the Airbnb.
I felt a little weird doing that because I wasn't mentally prepped to ask questions because I had never done that before. So I wouldn't put that as my top. I'd put that as one of my top uncomfortable moments. Because I remember doing the interview, and I remember Soesic Splash.
Yes, she was.
And Sparks. He was like, "Oh, I'm going to be on this?" Oh, and I wasn't prepared mentally to ask all those questions. I'm not used to interviewing at all. I'm used to being the interviewed.
But I loved that because it taught us how to interview people.
I agree.
It was
what not to do.
Life is about experiences, and that was a good experience. We went out there, we met some awesome people. Proden, I'm pretty sure Torchy still doesn't exist. Figment of my imagination.
Then your imagination is real because
I got to be on some giant trip.
You must be, because I had a conversation with him literally yesterday.
I don't believe you.
Okay.
It's like that movie, Drop Dead Fred.
I don't think I saw that one.
No. She has an imaginary friend who is real, and it's a good movie, but it's it's a 90s movie.
Okay.
That weird, awkward. Some are good, and some are why would you even make that movie? But anyway, that's a whole other topic. Anyway,
so that favorite episode.
Episode. Off the top of my head, immediately comes the music episode.
Yeah.
Because right before this episode, we were talking about music again. We can continually talk about music, and it's because you and I have such a passion for it. Mm-hmm. I'm not a genius at it. I don't have a degree in it, but I'm a musician, not a professional. I can play any instrument you hand to me because I know how to put notes together.
Right.
Am I the greatest? Absolutely not. But I love it because music, in my opinion, is another language.
Mm-hmm.
So talking about it's amazing.
Yeah. I want to say the lottery episode.
Okay, that one was funny.
It was a good time.
I'd totally pay Moose's car off.
Yeah. Bleen, what about you?
You already took my main one, so I'm going to use a different one.
Okay.
What was the main one?
The lottery episode.
Oh, dang.
I win.
Okay.
But I really enjoyed the Cobalt Wraith episode.
Oh, the hardware.
Okay, that one was entertaining too.
It was a lot of fun.
That was really entertaining but I would not put that up there because it was missing the friendly, argumentative conversation part that you and him have behind you guys have had, where you guys argue back and forth. Because
I heard that probably because I know you both so well.
But it wasn't as in depth because he is so in bed with Intel mentally, mm-hmm. and you were in bed with Ryzen mentally, and you both make such great points, but you still won't agree with each other.
No, I don't think we ever will. In fact, the announcement for the 3000 series for NVIDIA didn't excite me in the slightest. All it did was make me more excited for Big Navi that's coming out.
Yes. Can I admit something?
Sure.
I'm a very big NVIDIA fan. I'm actually super excited for Navi because I know that that AMD is making the biggest steps in their company. And with what with what NVIDIA just came out with, they've got a giant leap to make to compare to that. Because that was amazing. Mm-hmm. Again, another topic that we can go on. Yeah. So, what was the next question?
I just kind of threw a bunch out. What about, should we do a least favorite?
Book.
I understand. You told me
don't read.
From the day that episode was recorded, you've told me you hated it.
I know. And then I stopped because you're like, please stop.
Yeah.
But the reason why, let me explain. The reason why I didn't like that episode is because I don't read. I like the idea of reading, But when I start reading, I feel like I'm missing out on the world, which really, when I'm watching TV, I'm doing the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on the same book that I was on in high school. Because I read a chapter and I'll read for like 3 days straight, and then I'm like, yeah, and I'm like, I even have the second book.
You haven't
I haven't even finished the first one.
You have the second book for what is it?
Rules of
Hey Bear,
Ascension.
Hey Bear, what do you see?
No. No, it's called Rules of Ascension. It was book 1 of Winds of the Forelands. I don't know what the second one is. Yes, I have it. I always tell myself I'm going to finish it. Nope. I graduated high school in 2009.
And
I started that in 10th grade.
wow. Alrighty then.
Nope. I started that in 9th grade. I'm not helping myself here, am I?
No, probably not. Like, so here's the thing. It's something you don't like. There's nothing wrong with
I
that.
like the idea, which is sad. But anyway, yes. I'm just going to leave it at that. Books.
I haven't thought about it in long enough. I don't know that I have a least favorite episode. I will tell you that I've had episodes that were extremely frustrating to edit.
I get that too, because I like all of our conversations, but because we're trying to figure this all out, you're also super busy. Something always happens with the recording.
Yeah.
Even though we're like, here's 3 tests, 5 minutes long each, and it's fine. And then we get in, it's like, okay, we're doing the highs, lows, highs, mediums, and lows, and everything.
Yeah.
And it's no different than this.
Yeah. It
I
was
would say-
okay. Ironically or coincidentally, I don't know which one it actually is, but the DreamHack episode actually was one of my least favorites.
Okay.
Because there was an upgrade to, what is it called? Audition?
Oh, I remember that because
Yeah.
Admin Anonymous was like, you tried everything until you uninstalled and reinstalled the program
Yep.
and it fixed the driver.
Yeah, so instead of using the recording we did via Audition for DreamHack, we actually had to use the echoey, crazy camera volume from Bleen's camera.
That's right.
Which was surprisingly good.
It was.
That was
Okay,
when we
it
were
was-
like, hey, that's actually a good microphone.
Yeah, it was incredible because that room was just bathroom tile. That whole room was an acoustic nightmare.
that house was a nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I think that was probably also my least favorite. I enjoyed the content. I enjoyed the people we had on it. It was the first time we had multiple guests and we had someone at every single step. It was still really early on in season 2, so it was the introduction of What the F and all of that. But like, I couldn't use the recording that we made with all these things, like, because we had the microphones, we had the software, we had all of the stuff, and I couldn't use it.
You know, I really want to go back out there,
I do too.
but COVID-19 needs to take a step back first.
And especially to go back out to California, like the fires also need to calm down.
By then it'd be February.
Oh, you mean the next DreamHack?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you meant just back to California again
Not
because we
right
talked
now.
about that.
No, not right now. But anyway, yes, I can understand that episode. That was okay.
Bleen, do you have a least favorite?
I'm gonna also go with the DreamHack one.
Dad gum, dude.
Well,
That lighting was awful.
As the camera
As the
guy.
camera guy. I apologize for anyone who was watching that,
So
but also for a couple other reasons.
What's that?
I tried sushi for the first time.
oh yeah,
I
he doesn't like the
wanted to
texture.
like it, but the texture, I just couldn't do it.
Dude, I had the best salad that day.
Yeah, I
day.
remember
It
that.
was a salmon salad. It was so good.
It was very nice of Shauna to lend her cap light, though.
Oh yeah, that helped quite a bit.
Yeah, I miss her and Proden.
I miss everybody that was there.
You know,
It was a good
everybody,
time.
Sparks and Seismic Splash.
While we're talking about that, I know we've already done the DreamHack and we're
Are
supposed
they
to be
coming out
doing-
here?
No,
Oh.
I don't know that. They haven't spoken to me. But I remember saying that we recorded a video of me dancing with someone at DreamHack because she had that little white coat with the lights blinking. It was Christmas lights in a little coat. And I was dancing with her. And then I actually convinced her to let me wear her jacket. And I did another dance. And that video got lost.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
It was just stuck in the void of uploading to the cloud. And the only reason I found it was my old phone only had 16 gigabytes of storage on it. And it would, if I put something on my SD card, it would just force it back when there was an app update or something like that. So nothing was staying on there. I was constantly removing things. So finally I go into my the storage and I get rid of all the pictures and the videos. And I was like, wait a minute, Twitter, click. And there it was, because I had tried to record it directly as a live tweet and it was there and I saved it and it's on my OneDrive now. And I'm, so happy I found it.
That's good. That's good. I will say, JuPodRe's been a learning experience.
Okay.
So I feel like season 1, I don't want to say it was a train wreck, but it was definitely hard.
I agree.
Because we were both trying to get in the groove of what do we want? What are we doing? How's this going? Editing.
Yeah.
Video, sound. We were only using one microphone. Now we have 2. Sometimes we still have issues. Season 2 was better. I think it's getting better every season. And so it's funny because every time somebody says, well, you have a podcast? Yes, start at season 3.
Do you tell them that?
I always tell them, like, look, why not season 1? I'm like, because that was our trying to figure it out phase.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to be judged for still trying to figure it out. Because it really is. If you go to most TV shows, the first season, you can tell they're still trying to get in the groove.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes they're hard. It's a pilot season, in my opinion.
Okay.
So it's like when somebody says, I couldn't get into it, they always say, yeah, dude, you got to get past the first season.
Yeah, we talked about that last week, in fact.
Yeah, with a lot of it. So I feel like our podcast is like that. There's a lot more good stuff in season 2, and there's an even better stuff in season 3.
Especially because most of season 2 was remote.
That one sucked.
Yeah.
Because the season didn't suck, but that was a whole disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Season 2. It starts with the number 2. Just skip it.
The first, and I think on top of that, it was also hard season 2 because I shifted to graveyard shift.
Oh, that's right.
As
You
season
did.
2 opened.
And it killed you because you had the managing the team.
Mhm.
Your wife still needed time with you because you want to keep your relationship alive.
Yep.
And you still had us and all the friends. And we were still trying to jam out, which is slowed down a lot. But yeah, no, you're right.
I remember that. So my Friday would be I would come back home from work at like 8:30. My wife was already at her job. I would then go to sleep, wake up at 4:30, immediately shower and throw all my clothes on and get here by 5.
Mm-hmm.
Record, go back home, do all of the editing in an hour and a half.
Because you wanted to see your wife still.
Uh-huh. Say goodnight to her, tuck her in so she could go to bed. I have to go to work, and I actually uploaded 40% of our episodes on work Wi-Fi. Like, that is not an exaggeration.
And that Wi-Fi is not the greatest.
No, it's not. It's not like I could plug in at my house, and that wasn't too bad, but like, no joke. And then after that, I would have to work all the way through the night, go back to bed at 8:30 in the morning, but be up by 4 so that I could be on for the scrims. And it just, oh my gosh.
You know what? I will tell you this. This is getting off the track a little bit, but we have noticed a big difference from when you were off of that. We could tell you were miserable.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah. But, I would have to say season 3, I feel so far the best season.
I can agree with that.
Because we've really found the groove. We have got a lot of more good conversations.
I agree.
I was trying to find like a really strong word there.
So,
but I didn't want to say educated. Yeah, me not educated.
I think the biggest shift was season 1. I was trying to theme to Rated R.
There was that, and then when we found out just do what you want.
Right, and then season 2, I was trying to keep that kind of facade, to keep that topic, and I feel like I was forcing a little too much.
I still wasn't comfortable myself either.
Okay, and that's something.
Now I'm in the groove. I'm like, I've been doing this for a while. I'm comfortable now.
And I think adding to your comfort is we're back in person, because again, a lot of season 2 was remote, and it had the delay and the sound skipping in Discord and all that stuff.
Our conversations are better when we're in person too.
I agree with that.
I feel like we should have a permanent microphone in our cars. We have some weird conversations driving to Culver's.
We've talked about that a lot.
Like how every time we pass that house, yeah, we almost bought that house.
Yeah, I almost bought a house.
Thank you, JuPodRe. Thank you. Every time.
I'm going to continue.
I know, and I'm going to say the same thing. I want to buy that truck in that backyard.
There's a truck in that backyard?
There's that Chevy or Ford in the backyard. It's that silver one right next to the shed.
Huh. Is that the same house or is that next door?
It might be next door. It's in the same neighborhood.
Huh.
But there's an old one. And our friend AP.
Yes.
I told him, he goes, oh, that truck. I was like, he wants to buy it too.
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah, he does. He does. So
what other birthday celebrations or thoughts should we have here, guys?
well, okay, last week I actually got a congratulations, happy birthday on Twitter.
Oh.
I did. I got one for JuPodRe. JuPodRe. Okay, that R eyes just throw me off. So I'm like, wait, what? Okay, the JuPodRe and my Albatross one both said happy birthday.
Oh, because they were almost the same time
Yeah.
when you got your own Twitter. It
Correct.
was that's
Yes.
right.
Yep.
Oh, wow, look
So
at that.
so since it's been 1 year, I mean, I'm gonna get my 1 year review and a raise, right?
You can have double your salary? Question mark.
Yes. Nothing.
So then let's
But it's been a good trip. Before we get into the next segment, we've had our ups, we've had our downs.
Uh-huh.
There's always a negative and positive, the yin and the yang, and everything. I've enjoyed it.
As have I.
I've enjoyed it. 3 out of 5 star.
Well played. Well played. Time suck reference.
I would give it a 4 star. 5 because not 5 because there's always room for improvement, but 4 because I've enjoyed it.
I agree.
I enjoyed it. Though I won't listen to it because I can't stand my voice. There's things I change about it, but it's not that I'm like, you should do this. It's like, oh no, it's like, no, like this would continue it. So
Yeah.
I would honestly give it a 4 out of 5 star.
So then, what do we see? Just the last little thing here before we move on. The future. We've talked about and discussed and put in the works a couple of other things to kind of spread the brand of JuPodRe a little bit.
So you're saying, what are we gonna do to branch this out?
No. But do you see, just like season 2 is better than 1 and 3 is better than 2, do you think we will hit a season 7 of Supernatural, or will we?
No, I will not let that happen. No, absolutely not. Blaine punch me in the dick if that happens.
Okay, but I'll probably use my foot.
So
Well, I mean, I did touch yours with my hand. It's only fair.
we've told that story at least once. I know we've told that one. That if you don't remember hearing that one, you might need to go back into the.
I don't even remember
Forbidden
which episode
Seasons.
that is.
Neither do I.
No. So
What a good time.
anyway,
Well, happy birthday, JuPodRe.
Yeah,
happy
happy
birthday,
birthday,
you
1 year.
guys. I'm very happy and pleased with the progress.
I'm 1. Pick number 3, my lord. Number 3.
Okay, let's move on to what the F.
Today's episode is brought to you by Virtual Performance. Via the internet, they provide personal fitness training, meal planning, and coaching.
Which is important for staying healthy. Virtual Performance will not only help develop your physical strength and endurance, but also your mental fortitude. This will improve your life and your gaming skills.
Even the professional gamers have training regimens. That means the rest of us need one too if we're going to get as good as they are. So, find Virtual Performance online at trainingvp.com, on social media at TheTrainingVP on both Twitter and Instagram, or send them an email, info@trainingvp.com.
Yes. So last week we had 3 nominations, and pulling up Twitter, I have it right here. We had the biggest MP3 player,
Mm-hmm.
Navi. Hey, listen, and get to the line. The winner was Navi. Hey, listen.
Yay!
So that was me.
Yay!
Yes. So I do not want to go first.
Okay.
Nah, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
I'll go first because it's pretty fresh. So I went on vacation last weekend because I wanted to do an end of the year, like a little vacation for summer.
Okay.
So towards it, my son, we just put him in sandals, let him run in those, and so he got a lot of sand in them. He got in the car, he got sand in the car. Sand is like glitter. If you don't take care of it immediately, it just gets everywhere. No
Right.
big deal. So I was like, okay, we're done with our hike. Let's just go back in the car. It was the Yeah, it was this. No, this was the second day. We were leaving the next day. I was like, okay, we're gonna go on a small hike the next day, but we were gonna go on a paved road because we're just gonna go through the canyon just along the river, just because I was already exhausted.
Right.
I already done 2 gigantic hikes. I'm gonna finish off on an easy little trail.
That makes sense.
So, but on the second day, we're okay, let's go do that. So, washed my car, vacuumed my car. As I'm leaving, this dude is parked in the way. He's in his green Honda Accord, but it's like a 2.5 car drive lane that leads directly to the road. But he's in the way, parked next to the curb. If he would have just gone basically 2 parking spaces over size-wise, he would have been in the parking stall. But he was in the way. In order to go around him, I would have to go into oncoming traffic coming in.
Ooh.
There wasn't a car there, so I'm behind him. I can see him wave me around, so I went around him and I honked because he's in the way. So he flips me off, honks back at me, flips me off. I'm like, you're in the way, dude. You should not be parked there. People can't. If I have to go around you and get into oncoming traffic's way to get around you, you should not be parked there.
So he was just parked and like, what was he doing?
Just sitting there. Now the guy behind me did the same thing. Just went behind. Here's I left something out. He didn't have his double blinker on.
Oh yeah, the hazards.
He had his right turn signal on as if he was turning right, but he was just stopped there. He wasn't moving. So I sat there for a second waiting for him. He didn't move. Then I saw him, hey, go around me. So I went around him, I honked at him, dude, get out of the way.
Yeah.
And then he honks back at me, starts flipping me off like Kyle would.
Well played.
Yes. But I'm just like, what the crap? Then the guy behind me mistook him at the same time because he still has his right blinker on. He doesn't have his hazards on. And seriously, here it is. There's just a little bit of an island right here that has 2 trees. Tree here, and then the rocks. And then parking lot. So, incoming, outcoming, he's literally right here. Like, I should have drawn a picture. Wait, is it right behind you? It is not. It's in a different room. So, anyways, he was in the way. Again, in order to get around him, I'd have to get in the way of oncoming traffic coming into the parking lot because you come into the parking lot and you turn right to go immediately in line for the car wash, but you go left to go to a parking lot. Should have been in the parking lot.
Correct.
Getting back to it, the guy behind me had the same issue with him. Honked at him to get out of the way. The dude started flipping him off too. So that guy got around and finally he left because people started getting annoyed with him. Like, dude, you should not have been parked there. Not a parking zone. No, the curb is not painted red. It shouldn't have to be parked.
No, and
you're in a driveway.
And that's what I was going to say is if you're intending to drive but you need to do something else,
go park in the parking lot.
Yeah, get out of the road.
That's literally all he had to do is just go around. And he would have been. And from the direction he was facing, he could have already pulled into there. It was so dumb. He was in the way. And so I was like, dude, just get out of the way. Why are you flipping me off? You're in the way.
Yeah.
So,
what are you going to call that?
Get out of the way!
I'm not surprised.
Yes, I'm going to call that get out of the way. Bling, do you approve?
Yes.
Okay. Let's go.
Good stuff.
Book. JuPodRe. What the F? For some reason, I was just in this and now it just reset. Okay, there we go. So let's go. Enter. Get out of the way. But that's my what the F is. Okay, first off, yes, get out of the way. But why are you flipping me off when you can obvious? Might not have been that obvious. To end my what the F, I want to iterate and explain that driving is not a right, it is a privilege.
Agreed.
It is a privilege to drive, and I don't like that people don't treat it as such. I'm very, very heavy on that. So, anyway, Bling, go next.
Okay.
You have been voted.
Well, mine is actually very similar to yours.
What the heck?
That's awesome.
And it happened as I was pulling into your parking lot to come over here.
Today?
Today.
Ooh, let's do this.
So,
Ooh.
I was turning left into your parking lot. Somebody had just turned right in front of me into the parking lot. And he gets right onto the little hump that's like the sidewalk. And he starts looking at his phone. And he slows way down, looks at his phone, looks back up, pulls forward like 5 feet looks back down at his phone, and I still can't fit in, so I'm sitting in the middle of the road, and he's just looking down at his phone.
Oh, so you're on the sidewalk right there, coming in.
Yeah, and like you're almost home. You can wait. So finally, he gets far enough that I pull in, and I'm just like inching along behind him, like 2-3 feet at a time, just pulling up as he looks up. Oh, I can go a little bit further.
Okay, that's weird because even when you use GPS, it shows you that it's just a circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, my apartment complex is just a circle. You just go in, you just drive completely around. It's not like it's got all the labyrinth.
Right.
And so he turns right in your parking lot to go around the circle. And of course, that's the way I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
And he does it 3 times, stop and go, to get over that speed bump.
What?
3 times.
To get over that one bump?
See, he looks down at his phone and he goes forward.
Oh my gosh.
And so finally he gets to the corner and kind of like stops in the
Where the
middle
trash can is at?
and
Okay.
and waves me around. I'm just like,
There's not enough room to go around you right there.
Not really.
No, even when another car's coming, I'm like, oh, please don't hit me.
yeah. So I got really frustrated that you were looking at your phone so much. If this is your house, wait till you get home. If you're coming here and looking for an address,
How about you call?
how about you call and say, hey, I'm in your complex. Where are you going? But don't stop and go 80 freaking times within 100 feet.
What do you go on that?
Get out of the way! 2? Should we do that? Get out of the way. Number 2?
I like it.
Okay.
That was a Homestar Runner reference.
Yes.
I am so glad I caught that. Danger-esque 1. Danger-esque 2?
Get out of the way 2.
I love it. I love it. Okay.
Please tell me you have a get out of the way 3. That'd be hilarious.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Mine seems so arbitrary now.
Oh no.
So my wife and I have an experience of outrage, but I'll save that for another time because it falls into a different subject. And I think that's something we could continue to discuss and have a good time with that. Maybe. I'll probably tell you guys off air instead. But mine is
Do we need to get the doll out?
No.
Did somebody touch you somewhere?
Nobody touched me somewhere. Last week, in our announcements, I announced that I'm no longer going to be the manager for the League of Legends team.
Yes.
So that same night, I went to... No, it was the day after because we had to play our 3rd place match.
I'm glad you said the day after, because you would have said the day before.
Yeah, that would have been weird. But anyway...
No, you wouldn't have been able to use it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. So
go ahead.
After we recorded, I went and I announced that to the team, like I said I would, and I announced it to the second team, like I said I would, and then I actually did a live stream after all the games and everything and said I want to take the time. I titled it JuPodRe's announcement, and I got permission from Torchy and everything, and it was beautiful, by the way. If you guys get a chance, check that out. It's on the Rated R Twitch.
We'll go watch it.
Thank you. And after all of that, I use, what's it called? OBS, the Open Broadcaster software, to do the intros to every episode. And so I switched the scene. I made sure all our graphics were up. And then I recorded the intro to the next podcast episode. And then when I went to stop it, I realized I wasn't recording. I was streaming. I went live on Rated R's channel with the first attempt at the podcast opening.
Were watching?
I didn't look because I thought I was being recorded. So I was staring at my camera the whole time. And then I put the mouse over and like, oh, shoot. And I had to go onto their Twitch. I found the video. I downloaded it, then deleted it off of the Twitch so that it wasn't on there. And, of course, because it was a stream, it didn't get the first 3 seconds. So it starts mid-sentence. What did it say? Episode of JuPodRe instead of hello podlings and welcome to this. It was just episode of JuPodRe. I was super embarrassed.
That's funny.
And then I had to re-record it because it didn't get the first 3 seconds.
Yeah.
So what the F, JuPodRe? Why are you streaming instead of recording?
That's actually pretty funny. What do you want to call that?
Misclick, I guess. That's all I can think of.
So, about that, I have talked to the guy who is taking your place.
Yes, you have.
He sounds like he will do a good job, and I want to wish him good luck.
Amen. Amen.
Wait.
You don't know
this
him.
Guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
you know him?
during we did some games last night with the team, and before, you know what? We'll put that in announcements instead.
Okay. Well, let's go over the nominations for What the F. We have Get Out of the Way, Get Out of the Way 2, and Not Get Out of the Way 3. No.
You should call it that.
Okay, we're gonna. You know what? Not Get Out of the Way 3. There we go.
I think that's better.
We'll do that. That's actually funny. Not Get of the Way 3.
I love this kind of stuff. This is what I was trying to do all the way from the beginning, was have a conversation like this where it's just like, no, that's better.
It didn't help that I wasn't comfortable still.
Yeah,
I was still getting in the motion of like, I don't know what to do.
And that's fine.
Now I just don't care. I'm just myself.
Yeah, and that's what I've... Every time. But wonderful evolution in the show. I love the way we can riff off of that and change the
It's
things.
great. And we were able to bring another friend in that we have a great conversation with.
Correct.
Who comes to all the activities, is just a all-around good friend. So
don't forget to vote on this poll. It will go up after the episode
yes,
airs.
it will. I will post hopefully Friday and not... Well, that was 2 weeks ago that I actually messed up.
Weeks.
Yeah. But again, Get Out of the Way, Get Out of the Way 2, and Not Get Out of the Way 3.
I love that name so much.
That's so funny. Right. And What the F.
Today's What the F moment was brought to you by Soesic Clothing. Soesic Clothing provides shirts, hoodies, hats, accessories, and even game codes. Cheaper than you can find them elsewhere at times. You can even customize the clothing with your gamer tag if you so desire. And the best part is, you can use code JuPodRe to get 15% off. That's right, 15% off. Use code JuPodRe, JuPodRe, at soesicclothing.co.
Okay, here we go to announcements. Okay, first of all, yes, like Bleen said, new manager is announced. His name is C Games Rule. He was a player of mine a few months ago. We replaced him with a different player, and he took that opportunity to go and coach a couple of teams in a lower elo.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
He kind of took that opportunity, like, you know what? I'm gonna use this in a different way.
You're right. And so he did that, and then I called him up the other day and was like, hey man, are you on a team? He's like, no, not really. I was like, okay, I need to talk to you because I'm leaving Rated R. As the manager, Torchy made sure to point out that I'm not leaving Rated R because we still do JuPodRe through them, and I will be casting their games.
Yeah, you're gonna go start casting, which you love. But
yes.
Continue.
So, and he's like, oh really? I said, yes, and you're my guy. He's like, what? You're my guy. You have the passion, you have the knowledge, you have the drive, you have the familiarity.
And I have not met him.
You have not, no.
Okay.
He lives in a different state entirely, in a different time zone.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever even spoken to him.
Well, I met 2 people, but they were from casting.
No, this is not the same.
Okay.
But congratulations to him. He is the new manager. He met the team. Everything is going to be... it's looking good because, like I said, he has all the same traits that I gathered from the players that they wanted.
It's kind of nice that he was on a team, so he kind of has a little bit of knowing what that's like. So he can go, okay, you know what? It's nice when you can see it from both sides.
Correct. And I think that will be a great boon to his career as manager of Rated R's League of Legends.
Awesome.
Okay. Report on the third place match.
What the hell was that?
What?
You tripped over yourself for the second.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Next up, report from the third place match that we played the day after we recorded.
Okay.
We lost.
Oh, no.
So we got 4th place in the Phoenix Rising League. Yay. Maybe.
Is that last place?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
It's actually really good. They did really good, and it's something that they could brag about.
So the way Phoenix Rising League works is there are 4 divisions with 8 teams each. So we got third place in the regular season.
So four times that. So there's 32 teams.
32 teams.
So coming in fourth place is actually really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not only that, we had to substitute players in last minute and go against teams that seeded higher than us every single game.
And still coming in fourth. Okay, that's good.
And it's also, I talked about it before, it was the only playoffs run that Rated R has done while under my direction. And so, regardless of if we, made it into just playoffs and lost out, fine. We still made it to playoffs, and it was an improvement.
Hasn't Rated R only been doing League of Legends for about a year?
A year and a half.
So for them to have a team finally coming in fourth, that's actually still pretty good.
Yep.
Because that's still pretty fresh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last announcement I have, your haircut looks very nice, Albatross.
I'm wearing a hat today, so that feels weird for you to say.
I listened back on last week's episode, and that was your announcement. Is you were angry that I didn't say anything.
Actually, I wasn't really angry.
I know that you weren't angry, but
I just wasn't wearing a hat. So,
yay, it looks great.
Actually, yeah, I do.
Looks better with the hat on.
Oh.
At least he's honest. No, it's funny because I don't go to the barber at all anymore. I tell my wife, you cut it how you like it.
Mm-hmm.
And she does. Because I always say, why do you want me to cut it? I'm like, because I'm cheap. I'm a dude, cut it short. But she goes, how do you want to cut it? I'm like, you cut it. You're the one that has to look at it.
That's true.
She doesn't like that I say that. But if I mess up, you're the one that has to look at it.
That's pressure right there.
It is, but she does a really good job.
All right. And so with that, I don't have any further announcements.
So I'm thinking, I don't have any announcements this week. Wait, yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Ooh.
Today, I'm going to double check this before I put my foot in my mouth. Hold on.
Okay.
And
This is exciting, guys. I have no idea what's going on. This makes me very happy. Bleen, nothing?
Nothing.
Happy birthday, D-Mac.
Happy birthday, D-Mac. Happy birthday, dear D-Mac. Happy birthday to you.
Yes. Happy birthday, D-Mac.
I had no idea.
Honestly, I didn't say a single negative thing about D-Mac's name because today is his birthday. He is a good friend. Happy birthday, D-Mac.
That is awesome.
Yes, today is D-Mac's birthday.
So almost a week after JuPodRe's birthday is D-Mac. I love it.
Yes. So, yes, I don't know how old he is. Actually, that's all I do. But you know what? Good friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's got his role in here.
I agree.
But today's a good role.
Today.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, I do have another announcement. For those I am proud to say, Moose might have a girlfriend.
I'm going to put an extra gasp in there on the sound effects, too.
I have been friends with this kid for so long I can't remember when we met.
Okay.
So long ago. But he's never had a girlfriend just because he can't keep one for some reason. I don't think it's honestly him because he's such a good guy.
Right.
I think women see him more as a friend than that. But my brother-in-law's wife has hooked him up, and she's cute.
Mm.
Yeah. I showed another coworker of ours, ex-coworker, and he's like, dude, she a homewrecker, dude. Send her my way. My son needs a girlfriend.
Was that LM?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. But yeah. But I was like, dude, check this out. But anyway, I saw their conversation. He goes, Albatross, is this going great? And I was like, let me read it. I read the entire conversation. She's using so many emojis. She's so flirty and uppity in it. She's so excited because she wants a guy that's over 30. Moose is 30. She's 26. She's looking for a relationship. I think she's just past the whole dating phase where she's like, look, I want to settle down. I want a family now. And yeah, so my brother-in-law's wife, she hooked him up. The funny thing is he keeps asking me all these questions, and it reminds me of the three girls, the three numbers you gave Bleen. Because he's like, what's she into? I'm like, you. That's all I know. Okay? You. What's her name? I already told you. Do you know what she's like? No. Well, dude, let's go on a double date. No. You need to ask my brother-in-law because his wife is her best friend. You got to make her comfortable the first time so she'll come back around. But I did look him in the face and I said, but if I want to approve of her, she don't agree with me and my wife. He goes, oh, she gone. Yeah, agreed.
That's just an understanding we have.
Well, my wife is the first woman that all my friends have ever agreed with. That's another time, another story. Anyways, I just want to say, congratulations, Moose. I hope it goes well.
All right. 2 surprise announcements. I am
Yeah.
quite pleased with that.
Yeah, I'm very pleased. You're his roommate. How do you feel?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess I'm the only person that knows anything.
Yeah.
So that is it for me. I don't have anything else. Go ahead and check us out on social media. We got JuPodRe Instagram. We've got Twitter. You got JuPodRe Albatross Bleen with 3 N's and JuPodRe. JuPodRe with an E, not an I. Oh my gosh, those captions are killing me. But go ahead and send us JuPodRePod@outlook.com. Shoot us a comment on any of them, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. We don't care. I will find it. We already found one. And it said fantastic, episode 12.
That was last week on the show.
That was. It
Yeah,
did. It said fantastic with like this many emojis.
I love it.
Maybe that was the girl.
No. No. Anyway, have a good night, my podlings.
Thanks to everybody who joined us today on JuPodRe. We hope you had a great time, and we hope you join us next week. Don't forget to follow us on social media. On Twitter, we are at JuPodRe, at JuPodRe, at Albatross17, at Bleen with 3 N's, and at Rated R LLC. We also have Instagram. Just look up any of our ats or at JuPodRe. Or hit us up on our Slink link. It's myslink.app/JuPodRe. Don't forget to vote for What the F. We hope to see you next week, my podlings.